Okay, so everybody knows that the Sony A6500 is one of the best cameras around, but one of its shortcomings are the fact that the battery power is so low, meaning that the batteries that come with it don't really provide enough power, or they run out really quickly. So some people say, like, sometimes you get about half an hour to an hour of a battery, which really isn't sufficient. So what we're going to do today is we're going to discuss, or I'm going to show you some alternative ways in which you can get power to your Sony A6500, and hopefully it will benefit you, and you can share it with others, and it can benefit others as well. So the first thing that I'm going to show you is quite simply buying some extra batteries. So if you haven't already done this, this is possibly the first thing that you should do when you get your Sony A6500 or A6000 or those similar sort of model cameras. Is basically what you want to do is you want to get something like this where you can, it's called RavPower, this one, and you can get it off Amazon. I'll leave some of the links below. And what this allows you to do is charge two batteries at the same time. So there's the front, yep. You've got your charge indicators at the top, which will be red when charging, and then they'll be green once they've stopped charging. And then what you've got here on the side is you've got like a standard USB cable socket here. So you'd plug that in there, and then you'd charge it. You can charge it off. Crap, my lights. Yep. So as I was saying, yeah. So what you do is basically you'd put your USB side in here and let it charge, and then obviously you got two batteries, which you get two batteries with this package actually, and you stick them in here like so. Okay, stick them in here like so, and once it's charged up, then obviously you'll have two batteries which you can have on standby while you've got another one in the camera, because when you buy the camera, obviously you get one with it, one battery with it, and these two can be spares which you carry around with you. And the best thing about this is you don't need any kind of mains, as long as you've got a USB charger somewhere. Even if you've got one of those portable battery packs, you could even use that to charge this. So this is the first option to get extra power to your Sony A6000 or A6500 camera. Okay, so that's one option. So I'm going to show you another option now. The second option that I'm going to show you consists of a dummy battery. So this is the dummy battery, if you have a look at that. And it's got one end which is a female 2.5mm socket there, okay, and the other end here, if you have a look here, it's just like, basically it's like your normal battery, your normal A6000 battery, but what it is, it's a dummy battery, and it's got wiring inside which just goes to this female connector here, but there isn't actually a physical battery inside here. It's just like a little dummy box kind of thing. Okay, so what you do is you get one of these. Again, I'll leave some links down below for you, and this will go into the camera. Okay, and then what you'll do is you'll order something like this. This is called, basically I've seen them on Amazon, and they're called bike battery boxes, 18650 bike battery boxes. What they're normally used for is on bicycles, where you have like a light on a bicycle, and you'd put 18650 batteries in here, and this would power the lights of the bicycle basically. But what we can do is we can adapt it so it can be used for our A6500s, and it can give us a lot more running time than you would get off the standard batteries. So I'll just show you what this looks like anyway. So if I bring this here, it's just a plastic battery box, okay, and you've got a section here at the top where you can unscrew just this here, I'll explain what this is. Once you put your 4 batteries inside here, when you press this button will give you an indication of how much battery power you have left. So you can see 3 lights over there, they'll light green, and as it starts going down in power, you'll get 1 less light each time, so you'll get 3, 2, 1, and when it's on 1, then you know you're almost on your way out. Now this will give you a lot more longer running time than you would get off the standard batteries. So I'll just show you what it looks like inside. Alright, so open that. Okay, if you have a look inside here, right, so you can see that 18650 batteries. You can order them off eBay. So many different brands, Samsung, LG, and so forth. So basically, you get 4, and you put it inside here, and I'll actually show you what they look like as well. I've got some here, so I'll just leave that here. Yeah, so the batteries that you're going to use, or that you would use with this system, is basically what it is. It looks like this. Let's take that out. As you can see here, they're called, or they're 18650 batteries. And if you just type in 18650 on Amazon or eBay, you'll see loads and loads of them come up basically. This is what they look like. And they come in plastic packs like this. And what you'll normally do is you'll get 2. Okay, I can put that here for now. And you'll put 1 in this way, and again 1 in the other way. Right, so that's 2. By the way, you can even power these with 2 batteries. You don't have to put 4 in, but I'll put 4 in anyway to show you. And here we go. We've got another one here. Okay, so if you get this here, and you put in the other 2 on the other side, so this one goes in here, and you put another one in here, right? And you stick these on. It's going to screw it down enough for you to kind of figure out what's going on or what's supposed to happen. Right? So I've tightened that quite a bit. Now all I've got to do is press this button here. And you can see, because I've got less charge on these batteries, it's only lighting up with 1 light. But normally, if these batteries were fully charged, I'd have 3 lights fully lit up here, as you can see. And then what you do, there's one more missing component which I'm going to show you. So this here is the missing component that you need. Basically 2 male connectors on each side. It's just a piece of wire with basically 2 male connectors on each side. Okay, so you can see that here. You can get that there for you. 2 2.5mm male connectors on each side. 1 connector goes into the end of the battery box, like so, and the other connector will go into your, let's get that fixed, the other connector will go into your dummy battery. Okay, so as you can see, it's quite a simple, straightforward connection. Yeah, so you've got your battery box here with your 4 18650 batteries. Get that out of the way. Okay, so yeah, so you got your battery box here. With your 4 18650 batteries. Then you've got cable coming out to the female 2.5mm connection, where you'll plug in your male 2.5mm connection from your wire extension. That will come out from here, plug into your dummy male to female, and then this will go into your A6500 camera. And this will give you, I've never measured it, to be honest with you, in how long you get, but as you can imagine, you've got 4 18650 batteries in here. The output from this is 8.4 volts, so it's just right for the A6500. I think it's 7.4 volts the batteries give off, the original batteries. So this is just perfect, and it will give you a very, very lengthy or a very long running time. So that's solution number 2, which you can use to power your A6500. But by the way, what you also get from this here is you get a standard USB outlet as well. So you could use this possibly to charge your phone or to power something else. I wouldn't do it at the same time because you don't want to disrupt the power going to your camera. But you know, if you did want to use it for something else, there are other uses for this as well. And obviously, I mean, I've adapted this to the A6000, A6500 Sony cameras, but you could use this system with just about any camera as long as you've got the right, you know, dummy battery and the right cables to interconnect all the pieces. So that was option number 2, the second way that you can power the camera. And there's one last option which I'm going to show you now as well, which has served me well, and which is one of the best ways really to power the camera without any kind of disruption whatsoever. So I'm going to show you that now. Right, so this here is the third and final option, and this is a more permanent option, one where you don't have to worry about the batteries running out or power running out in the middle of filming or shooting. Okay, so in this third option what we do is we have a standard wall socket or plug. We're in the UK, so this is a 240 volt 3 amp fused cable socket. Okay, and then what you have is it's like an adapter that you'd use for your laptop, but the voltage is specifically the voltage that is required for the A6000 or the A6500 cameras. So if you have a look on the back here, I mean, you can see that quite clearly. Let's get that a bit closer. Right, ooh. There we go, and that's quite clear. You can have a look. It says input 100 to 240 volts, 1.5 amp max, and then you've got output 7.6 volts at 2 amps output max. So this is you know, specifically made with the exact voltage output for your A6000 or your A6500 cameras. And again, it comes with a 2.5mm male connector there. Okay, and then what would happen with that is you would plug that into your dummy battery with the female 2.5mm connector, the one that I showed you earlier. That would happen. That would plug in here, and then you've got this bit here, which will, you know what I mean. You'll just plug in here, and then that will go in your wall socket. Okay, and then this is your third option to power your A6500 or A6000 cameras. With this option here, you would not have to worry about your batteries running out. So, you know, if you were in a studio or you were in a place where you've got permanent power coming off the wall, then this really is the ideal and the best solution. The second solution was option 2, which I showed you, which would give you a lot longer running time than you would get off the normal batteries. And then the final solution was the extra batteries and the USB charger. So these are some of the ways in which I have managed to overcome the problem of the short running time of the batteries, and some of the ways in which you know, I've managed to help myself. So I wanted to share these ideas with you, and hopefully you know, you've taken away something that will benefit you and that you can share with others and benefit others with. I mean, some of this stuff has been talked about on other channels as well, but I figured I'd do one for you know, for my friends and my viewers. One thing which I almost missed out, those 18650 batteries which I showed you earlier on, you do need an external charger for them. Now what I use is something like this. It's called an i4 IntelliCharger. They're not very expensive. I think they're between 15 and 18 pounds. I'm not sure, I can't remember off the top of my head, but I will leave a link for you at the bottom. What you can do with this is you can put your 18650 batteries in. There you go. You can put your four batteries in there. Now this can be charged off a standard where is it gone? Yeah, a standard wall socket, a figure of 8 wall socket thing. You can charge it off there, or you can charge it off a 12 volt car charger or a wall charger as well. So there's two ways that you can charge them. It's quite good if you have it in the car. You can charge it in the car while you're driving, or obviously if you're near a socket, then you can charge it in the socket. So this is another item which you need if you want to use this system that I showed you earlier on. Well, I hope that everybody who's been watching today has found something that they can take away from this video, and has found one option that would be more suitable for them to get over the shortcoming of the short battery life of the A6500 and A6000 cameras, and get around the problem and find a solution that's suitable for them out of the ones that we've presented. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.